Good afternoon from what is going to be one of my last Launchpad updates, if not the last, before it opens. We now have an opening date for Launchpad, the 7th of May. I'll be down a couple days after that to get on it and review it and all that. It's a Saturday today and it is testing. I was going to do an update today anyway because since the last update as well, this branding has been added. I've been saying for ages, for weeks now, that eventually they will add the branding to the gondola with whatever they decide to do. It's either going to be a Union Jack or it's going to be the Launchpad logo, and I'm so glad they've gone with the latter. I think that looks fantastic. It stands out from the tower as well. Bright red restraints, bright blue tower, well it's a dark blue colour but freshly painted. Thumbs up, it's going to test again. And here it is, ready for the noise? Ready for the noise, yeah? There we go. Oh, it's so nice to hear this noise again at Pleasure Beach. But anyways, when it gets back down, I'll take a couple more shots of this gondola. And the height chart's back as well. There we go. It's also being fully tested by the rides team now, like the actual people who will be operating it when it opens, rather than the engineers. So the engineers are completely done with it. I think it's ready. The ride itself is ready, I think it's just the area now. That scaffold is not come down yet. The bit of cut-up and queue line hasn't been put in yet, which I will show in this update. I'll try and keep it short as well, famous last words. But yeah, we're just going to stay here and watch it test for ages again probably. Here is a zoomed in look at the gondola then. I think that looks fantastic with a logo. You've got that white logo there with like the white circular background. Then on like the corners you've got just the logo without the white circular backdrop, if that makes sense. This is interesting down here. I'll tell you what, I'll go up here and zoom in on it when we're a bit elevated. Just behind the seats here, they've gone with the half of the old logo. Basically, it's testing again. With like the exclamation mark. It says resort underneath it instead of Blackpool, obviously.
I do like that.
Yeah, but I thought they would have gone with like I thought they'd scrapped that exclamation mark altogether and just had it with the main thing. But there we go. I tell you what, it does look nice though. And there we go. Blast off. I really do like it though. I know it's grey, but it suits the theme and it stands out from the tower better than Keith's over here. I ain't doing Valhalla right now, not a chance. Anyways, there's the gondola. They're testing it very regularly. This queue line, as I said, hasn't been put in yet. They've still got a lot to do in this area, to be fair. I know, what is it, just under 2 weeks? 13 days notice to give us, honestly shocking.
It's shocking, it's also shocking they opened it on a Wednesday.
Yeah, anyways, but looks like the scaffolding's coming down a little bit there because some of it's on the floor, but like I want to see the sign revealed. Like I might not be coming now until after it opened. I'm not sure about next week, if I'm honest, but I will do one next week if I do come, but yeah, not sure. Just loads of bits lying around at the moment, no ladders, whatever that thing's called over there, bits of scaffolding, it'll all get tidied up. Anyways, the height charts here, brand new, Launchpad. The Ice Blast one used to be stood there, facing the rest of the park, the walkway, but they put the Launchpad one here. Ride opens at, I wonder what time it'll open in the day, because Ice Blast used to be a 10 o'clock opener, but I reckon it's going to be 10:30 with like Alice and Derby Racer for this season. But we'll have to wait and see with that one. Looks like there's another board there waiting to go up somewhere in the entrance to the queue line. The soundtrack is not playing today, but Launchpad is testing very regularly now. They've literally just got the ride team on there, putting the restraints up and down and testing it as if it's open to the public now, which is obviously getting them prepared for it. The turnstiles there, it used to be further down the queue line with Ice Blast, but where it used to be, the queue line isn't up yet, so maybe that'll get moved, sorry. And it's looking nice and fresh around there. Looking forward to seeing this scaffolding taken down now and seeing these signs properly, because it must be done now, everything that they're doing to it, so I imagine it'll come down within the next week. Just spotted a themed way out sign there as well. And there's groundwork where the fast track queue is, and the queue line hasn't actually been put up yet. but this little signage has returned the height chart and the speedy pass and easy pass sign for it, so I have to wait and see if anything gets put on this wall. I think they've had the gardening team about as well. It's looking quite nice around there. They've painted this exit up as well. Themed exit only sign as well. Kept the same turnstile that's been here all along. That permanent gate's gone now actually, which makes sense really, but it's kept for another test cycle. And I think that's all there is to show, to be honest. Fantastic. Treating the way though. They've cleaned the jelly up as well, if you know, you know. Thanks guys. Oh, and the baggage holds are back in place. Are they new? So I thought they'd just use the old ones, but they look too shiny to be the old ones. Maybe they've just polished them or something, I don't know. That's where you put your bags and stuff, loose articles and all that, in front of where you launch. Can't remember if I've showed this yet today, but this bit of the queue line isn't put in yet, basically. So there's a little bit of cut pen there where you enter, and then there's some fences that you'll do a bit here as well. The turnstile used to be about there, and then they'd sort of split you up into two lanes. Obviously they do one cycle on this side and another cycle on that side, and just, you know what I mean, like batch them so they're ready to get on as soon as possible really. But I imagine that'll all go up very soon. Oh, there are the new baggage holds, the old baggage holds, look, on the floor there, they're being put in the authentic ride part shop. Whoa! Oh, we've got an announcement. Flipping heck. There we go. Need to listen out for that again. Looks like they are trialling and testing some of the audio, so put the soundtrack on, will you? Sounds like there's some batching audio. I've just heard the announcement say like proceed to launch pad or something. Gonna have to try and capture it. Hopefully it's picking up, but there is themed audio, there's dispatch audio, there's a countdown, so yeah, and there we go. Might be able to just about hear it. Can't hear what they're saying word for word, it's quite quiet at the minute. It'll be loud and clear when you're sat on the ride obviously, but there we go. Proceed to launch pad, then there's a countdown from 5, then you blast up, and there we go. When you're on your way down, sounds like there's just some instructions like take your belt off, lift your bar up and exit. A lot of themed safety announcements which will just play there. Interesting, because I don't think Ice Plus had that. Had a dispatch sort of audio just telling you to keep your head and back tight against the backrest, your head tight against the headrest, and wait. That's all it was. Got a lot more than that now, which is great. Put a lot of effort into this rebrand, which is fantastic. Just about here, the dispatch countdown here hopefully. Do you know what I love as well? The sound of the tower itself, the sound of the ride system matches, it goes with the safety audio and the countdown as well. So obviously it does that noise before it's about to blast up, then it does the countdown, then after the countdown it does that and then shoots up. So like, I just love how it all comes together well. You've got the audio and you've got the sound of the actual ride itself, so very interesting. Love how maybe it wasn't intentional, but I love how it's all come together. I think the soundtrack's playing very quietly though, nowhere near as loud as it was the other week. Hopefully it's not like that when it opens. 2 speakers here, wow, they've turned that safety announcement up. The soundtrack's playing out of them too. It's louder than that, I think. Wherever it is, there we go. Then we're going to proceed to launch pad. Yeah, there we go, they've put the soundtrack on a lot louder now out of them too. Just audio clashes with the radio from here unfortunately, but I suppose that won't be the case when you're actually in the queue line and stuff. Some brickwork on the floor there, which is interesting. It's nice if they put a speaker on this side as well, where the fast track queue is. So they'd enhance it in the main ride area as well, I think. There we go. Announcements. Can't remember if I showed it the other week as well. These fences around the ride have been painted grey now as well, which is nice. Here's another thing that I almost forgot to show. There was big fencing around here during the week in a video that I watched, but this is the photo booth for Launchpad. It used to be Ice Blast's photo room. This is where you'll go and buy your photo. Just noticed as well when it's been testing, the cameras are flashing, so everything's like good to go now, apart from obviously the area, and I guess there's a certain amount of hours of testing it has to go through, I'm not really sure. And then obviously they've got to tidy the area up, get rid of the scaffolding and stuff. But here we go, so the pictures that get taken on the ride will show up on these screens here, and you can buy them. It doesn't look like they've done any like painting to it or anything. Maybe I'm wrong, well yeah, they've done a little bit actually. But it's just different to the rest of the ride's branding, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? So yeah, this shutter's been done. It's been painted, but just different to the rest. It's been painted more old Valhalla colours and Loki's, which I suppose it fits in with it being on this strip of buildings here. But there we go, here's the staff entrance to the photo. Oh, I can smell that paint. Wow. And then here we go. Hopefully they sign it up at some point. Put a nice sign up there, Launchpad photos. Launch command photos or something like that, you know, just to advertise it a bit, make it stand out, let everyone know that this is where you can buy the photos. But we'll have to wait and see. Alright then, I think I'll leave it there. I think I've shown everything there is to show. Testing, the queue line, the signage, new height chart, all of that. Some of the announcements playing as well. And that brings us to the end of this Launchpad update. I did think earlier that this might be the last one because I wasn't sure if I was coming next weekend. But it's a bank holiday, so I'm sure at some point I'll be able to get here at some point in that bank holiday weekend. You know, an extra day and all that. So probably is just one more Launchpad update in us before the ride opens, and we'll be coming on here rounding off this series, riding it and giving the final updates and reviews and all that. So stay tuned for all of that. Plenty to look forward to in the next coming weeks. Thank you so much for your support on all these so far. And yeah, for now, thank you very much for watching this one. See you at some point next week, I'm sure, for the final Launchpad update, when hopefully that scaffolding's down. There's probably going to be more testing and stuff. So yeah, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.